Hi everyone, welcome back to another gameplay of BTD5. The tower guide series is almost over. Last two towers to go. Today I'm gonna cover Bloonchippers. Bloonchippers are pretty much a standard tower, so they're not gonna have any particular passive, but their unique ability is gonna be the fact that they're gonna be sacking the balloons, and they're gonna be popping one layer of each balloon they're gonna sack, and after the one layer is destroyed, the balloons are gonna get spit on again on the track, exactly on the position on where they were sacked. All right, so pretty much like the position when the balloons are going and get sucked in and get popped. One layer gets popped, and then the balloons are gonna come back in that exact spot. And that's pretty much it. The passive, for this tower. This tower is not gonna be able to detect camo, and it's not gonna be able to pop leads or frozen balloons by itself. Well, actually, I think frozen balloons yes, but leads no. So going into tower information, the first upgrade in the first path is going to be this suction is going to get increased. So pretty much the Bloonchipper is going to suck the balloons faster. So it's an increase in the attack speed, pretty much. Second upgrade is going to be the Bloonchipper is going to be able to suck in also lead balloons. So with this upgrade, you get lead popping power. So that's pretty good, Third upgrade is going to be each balloon that's going to get sucked is going to be these two layers are going to get destroyed instead of one. So a faster, popping of the balloons in this way. And then last upgrade for the first path is going to be the Bloonchipper is going to be able to suck in mob class balloons. And therefore, depending on how much time the mob class balloon takes to be destroyed, then the time of that the balloon stays sucked in is going to be different. While these mob class balloons, so while a mob class balloon is sucked in but is still not popped, the Bloonchipper is not going to be able to suck any other balloons. So for example, for the Zomagods, if a Bloonchipper is trying to destroy a Zomagod layer, all the other balloons are not gonna get sucked in by this Bloonchipper. So that's pretty much it. For the second path, for the first upgrade is gonna be pretty much an increase in the range, so more attack range. Second upgrade is gonna be an increase. This time, not an increase in the attack speed, but an increase in how faster the balloons get spit back onto the track. Okay, so as you see here, it says decreases the time balloons take to be shredded. So pretty much like the time that the balloons spend inside the Bloonchipper while their layers are getting popped, that time is going to get decreased. All right. Third upgrade is going to be an even greater increase in the attack speed. Now the Bloonchipper is going to have a triple barrel, so it's going to be able to suck in the balloons almost continuously, one after the other. And last upgrade, there's not going to be any upgrade to the Bloonchipper itself. So the Bloonchipper is not going to attack any faster or increase the range or something like that. The only thing you're going to gain with this upgrade is going to be the activated ability that is going to bring all non-mob class balloons, so up to ceramics. It doesn't matter if camo or not, towards the Bloonchipper that you're going to be using this activated ability, and it's going to hold them until they're sucked into the tower or after 8 seconds pass. So this activated ability lasts for 8 seconds. So if the balloons weren't popped or destroyed in some way, they will get released. All right, and this activated ability has pretty much almost very big range, so you're gonna be able to suck in balloons from very far. Yeah, those are the upgrades, you know, the theory behind Bloonchippers. And as you saw there, there's no way that Bloonchippers can detect camo. So the main weakness of the Bloonchippers is gonna be camo detection. They have lead popping power, but they don't have camo. So I should say that's pretty much the big weakness and the only weakness of this tower. As it is for the cost, in medium it's gonna cost 750 cash. So it's gonna be a tower not so expensive, but a tower that you're not gonna be able to get that early in the game. As you see, the range is pretty little, and consider the fact that the Bloonchipper is gonna be you know, you have an upgrade that is going to increase this range, but only once. So you have to place it very carefully, and depending on the use, the function that you're thinking about the Bloonchipper, then you're going to be needing to place it in different spots. I'm going to just show you a standard one. So I'm going to just start here. I'm going to show you the passive, you know, and how a 0-0 Bloonchipper works. As you see, the Bloonchipper is going to attack by sucking in the balloons as soon as they are in range. The Bloonchipper can have inside of him up to 4 balloons at the same time. And you can see now how much time it takes for the Bloonchipper to spit the balloons again onto the track. But when the first blues are going to start coming out, you're going to be able to see that, because the Bloonchipper is going to pop only 1 layer each time the balloons are sucked in. So as you see now, the blues are getting, the blue layer is getting popped, and then the Bloonchipper is spitting back reds, because blues less 1 layer is reds. And then it's going to suck them in pretty much like again. But as you see, the attack speed does not combine with the how fast the balloons get spit back onto the track. So when a lot of balloons will start coming out, the Bloonchipper is gonna start struggling to keeping, you know, to suck them all, and therefore slowly they're gonna come and go out of range. So I'm just waiting here to make you see that. But as you see, the attack speed based, so how fast these balloons are sucked in and how fast they get spit on again onto the track and sucked in again, it's not so bad. A 0-0 Bloonchipper here, as you see, is holding until round 8 without any casualties. And you can decide on target options the balloons that you want the Bloonchipper to suck in. So for example, the first one, the strong, the close one, or the last. And that is going to be a key factor because you want Bloonchippers to really get those ceramics and those threatening balloons, and to hold them at least, and to pop them. So you want to almost all of the times get the Bloonchipper on strong. Now, because I'm using it as a single tower, I'm just leaving it in first, but normally you can use it on strong. And that's the first balloons that are gonna pass here. So I need to get some upgrades, so let's discuss the cost. Both of the first upgrades are gonna cost 400. The first one, so for the first path, is gonna be an increase in the attack speed, so on how fast the balloons are sucked in. Instead, for the second path, the range is gonna get increased. So I'm gonna get the range first, so you can see the difference now. So as you see, it's a pretty big increase in the range, I must say. And this is the increase in the sucking power. So as you see now, this Bloonchipper is sucking these blues very fast, so it does no problems to keep them all, you know. And those are the first upgrades. As it is for the second ones, 450 for the lead popping power, and 600 for destroying the layers of the balloons faster. So faster shred is pretty much like an increase in the speeding the balloons back onto the track speed. So leads are not coming out until around 28, so I'm just get here a faster shred. So you can see now that even if the attack speed, so in how fast the balloon shipper can suck in the balloons stays the same, but the balloons are gonna get popped and speed back onto the track a lot faster. So that's pretty much what fast shred does, and this is just exceptionally good against ceramics. So fast shreds, because a balloon shipper, I forgot to say this, a balloon shipper 00 can suck in ceramics. It can't suck in leads, but it can suck in ceramics, and the balloon shipper is gonna hold inside the ceramics until it has destroyed the 10 layers of the ceramic, and then it's gonna spit back onto the track the 2 rainbows coming from the ceramics. All right, so you may hold up to 4 ceramics at the same time, but after that, if too many ceramics are coming out, the balloon shipper is not going to be able to suck in any other balloon, because the 4 ceramics will be, keeping all the balloon shipper's room that it has inside, and therefore you're not going to be sucking any balloons. So there are 2 situations in which the balloon shippers can't suck in balloons. One, if they're destroying a Moab class balloon with the last upgrade in the first path, or if they are holding inside of them 4 ceramics and they're full in the capacity that they have, and therefore they can't suck in any other balloon. And that's pretty much it. So the main weakness, as I said earlier, is going to be camo detention, because the balloon shipper has lead popping power and has also a pretty cool upgrade against Moab class balloons. So it's going to be one of those towers that you may use in some gameplays to hold the Moab class balloons, especially the Zomegads if you're playing in master mode. Because the cool thing is that the balloon shippers are gonna, when they are gonna start channeling the sucking in for the Moab class balloons, they're gonna speed them back. If they haven't popped the layer, after 3 seconds, they're gonna speed them back exactly in the position when they start channeling. So pretty much it's gonna be like a stall in the Moab class balloons. They're not gonna be able to move forward because they're gonna be sucked in, then they're gonna get spit back, then they're gonna get sucked in again, and so on. So yeah, let's get here another one. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to know about the balloon shippers. I got here the lead popping power with 2 of them. So as you saw there, the leads were sucked in and popped. And as it is for the third upgrades, as you see, the third upgrade in the first path is gonna cost only 800. Instead, the third upgrade for the second path is gonna cost 4.5k. So it's like almost 6 times more expensive than the first upgrade, and I don't ever recommend getting the third upgrade for the second path, because yeah, the balloon shipper is gonna get even a bigger attack speed, but then it's not gonna gain anything else. Instead, for the first path, it's not only is cheaper, but it also gives you access to the last upgrade in the first path. That is going to be the Moab stall, pretty much, and poppage of the layers. And therefore, I think it's really not worth it getting the third upgrade in the second path ever, like ever. So and also because the third upgrade in the first path, it seems like worthless, like maybe destroying 2 layers instead of 1 seems like a stupid thing, but it's really powerful. And depending on the situation, you know, popping 2 layers at once is gonna be better than just popping 1 layer each, like the third upgrade in the second path is gonna do. So yeah, I like the fact that I like the first path, especially because of the last upgrade that, as you see, is gonna be the same cost as the third upgrade for the second path. So really there is no comparison between the two. And yeah, that's pretty much my thought about the third upgrades. And I'm gonna just keep going here until I can get last upgrade for the mob class balloons, well, for the mobs in round 46. No, okay, I'm gonna just leave that balloon shipper oh well, I have no cash, whatever. So so yeah, the attack speed of these Bloonchippers, you know, based is pretty good. And as you see now, I'm stacking 4 Bloonchippers, 3-2, and their popping power is like very good, you know. And the fact that they also gonna stall a bit the balloons is gonna be also a cool thing. You may not wanna forget, you know, about that. And yeah, here a lot of balloons are passing, but yeah, I need to start changing the focus. I'm gonna do that. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna start getting the first 2 Bloonchippers here in strong and the other ones in first, so I can start differentiating the focus. And I didn't know if you saw that, but the 4 ceramics were sucked in by these 2 Bloonchippers on the first, and they were held until the Bloonchippers, the ceramics layers, were popped. And yeah, I'm just gonna give here a camo detection so that I don't have to struggle against those camos, you know. Yeah, as you see, Bloonchippers, when the balloons start to be a lot of them, they're not really reliable in popping all. But with other towers, they are a good combination. Okay, let's see if I can get here the last upgrade. Okay, here we go. I could get one of the Bloonchippers with the last upgrade. As you see, the attack speed, all the stuff is gonna stay exactly the same. The only thing that's gonna change with the last upgrade is gonna be the fact that you're gonna be able to suck in mob class balloons. And yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it. So I'm just gonna place some more here. Until around the 46, if I can survive. Whatever. Okay, here we go. So that's the mob. There is only one Bloonchipper that is going to be able to suck in the mob. And as you see, he sucked the mob in, and consider the fact that it's only a mob, he could pop it before the 3 seconds, and therefore when he speeded back the mob, the mob was reduced already to only 4 ceramics. So that's going to be pretty much it about the Bloonchippers. For BFBs and the Domegats, the Bloonchipper is not going to be able to destroy the layer so fast, and therefore the BFB is going to get sucked in, and then they're gonna get spit back as a BFB still, and then it's gonna get sucked in again until, you know, the Bloonchipper is gonna be able to pop the layer, the BFB layer, and then the mob layers, and that's gonna be it. So hope you enjoyed this guide, and see ya. Bye bye.